Floridians know the cost of hurricane destruction. Last season, we got lucky. But luck doesn't protect your home. Fortunately, Storm Smart has dependable custom hurricane protection products. Hurricane screens, accordion shutters, aluminum roll-down shutters, flood mitigation systems. Because protected beats lucky every time. Be safe, be smart, be Storm Smart.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by Storm Smart. Protect every opening of your home.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to a Tuesday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live. Very happy that y'all had a chance to stop on by. Tonight, we are live on the spot. Tomorrow night, the Bolts game will be live on the spot. And Thursday night, Jason Adams will be in for me on DPL. I'm not sure he remembers or knows that, but he will be. I actually have jury duty on Thursday, which is kind of a crazy thing for me. A little story here. So I've done jury duty one time in my life, and it actually was on 9/11. I was in jury duty. There was a court case that required a trial, and I'd always heard if you're in the media, you're not going to get selected to be in a jury. Not only was I selected to be in the jury, I was actually elected foreman on the jury. So we are in court, and we're listening to this trial that's going on, and the judge said, you know, we need to pull you out of the courtroom and go back into the area where we were sitting. So we all did, and we all went back there. And about 10 minutes later, they brought us back in, and they said, don't know how to tell you this, but our country is under attack, and the World Trade Centers have collapsed. We missed all of it. We didn't hear any of it. We didn't see any of it because we were in court. We were in session. And they asked us, they said, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue the trial, or do you want to go home? And me being the foreman, it was, I don't know how the heck I got selected foreman, but I did. And, they said, what do you want to do? And I said, so what you're telling me is what quite possibly could be one of the darkest days in our country's history, and you want us to focus on whether or not this guy did this or didn't do this? So we went home and came back and continued the trial the next day. But yeah, that was, I missed all of 9/11. I didn't see any of the coverage. I didn't hear any of the things that were going on. And so anyway, I have jury duty coming up on Thursday. So I will not be here. But every time I think about that, it brings me back to those days back in 2001. So hopefully y'all are having a good day. We have got some rain in the forecast. And the folks, y'all know, matter of fact, she could easily just be co-host of this show now, because Saucy Queen has been on this show many times with a lot of the foodies and a lot of the food festivals that are going on in the area. Well, this weekend is Pepperfest, and apparently it's the 19th annual Pepperfest, and it's going on at Pinellas Park. Now, Saucy Queen is a native because she calls it Pinellas Park as opposed to us non-natives that say Pinellas Park. Captain Al, you remember, a long-time chopper pilot for Action Air One, would always call it Pinellas. And even my son's principal at his high school would call it Pinellas County. But for For the folks who aren't familiar, Pinellas Park, it's coming up on Saturday and Sunday. So a lot of folks are asking about the weather on the weekend. I am going to jump right into it, and we're going to show the Euro as well. But I don't know about you. I mean, I've been scrolling for the last, well, we scroll all the time, right? And there have been a lot of places that are forecasting a complete washout, massive threat of severe weather, all that. Look, it's May, or it will be May. The number of times that we get widespread severe weather events or widespread 3 to 5 inches of rain in May, it is incredibly rare. However, one thing at a time, we are going to get some rain on Sunday. That appears to be a really good probability, not even a possibility. We're going 70, 80% coverage. So tell you what, well, we've got a lot of folks in here as always. So Dee is showing pepper emojis and fire, and I just tried some of their sauce, and it's got a kick to it. Or as my mom used to say, and it immediately went up into my sinuses, and my mom used to say, "Oh, Danny, what's wrong? You got a snoot full." so I had a snoot full of the spices. Christina, how you doing? Good to see you. Heather's here. Tim from Lake Wales. We've actually got some folks from Alaska here. I saw that a couple of minutes ago. So yeah. So let's go ahead and jump on in. So let's just take a look right now at the Euro. It's the latest Euro, and we're just going to go hour by hour, all right? So Robin's asking about a baseball tournament in Sarasota. Well, you're going to get Saturday in fine. Sunday is going to be the question. Sunday is going to be the rough possibility. But, boy, we need the rain. I mean, we do. So it's kind of – Ren is saying hopefully no rain for Stella's race on Saturday. If y'all don't know Stella, you should. Stella is the second fastest running wiener dog in the state of Florida, but she's going to try harder to be number one. And that's what, so Eric's saying he's going to get his gutters installed on Sunday. All right, so here we go. Here's a look at the Euro. Let's go ahead and jump through. This is, well, that's even ahead of it. Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. All right, as we should. Go back to square one. All right, here we go. So this is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., right? Now it keeps jumping ahead on me. I don't want to do that. All right. So there's 8 a.m. All right. So there is 2 p.m. tomorrow. There's 8 o'clock tomorrow night, still quiet. Thursday morning, 8 a.m. A little bit of a boundary off to our north, potentially maybe a sprinkle, extreme northern sections of the state, but I don't think for us. This is Thursday night, 8 o'clock. This is Friday morning, 8 o'clock. Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Saturday, well, Friday night, 8 o'clock. Still rain, potentially a little bit of rain up around Gainesville way, up toward Jacksonville. Here's 8 a.m. on Saturday, and there comes the front. You finally start to see the front right there on Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock. The rain potential. Now, again, this is the Euro, and the Euro is a little more bullish than the GFS is on, and I'll show you both of them. But this is 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Saturday night at 8 o'clock, you start to see the rain come in. And then there's overnight, Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. Decent area of rain moving through the area. And kind of lingering. There's 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. I'm sorry, on Sunday afternoon. So here's 8 a.m. on Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Slows down quite a bit. So even if you're not talking about severe weather or you're talking about widespread heavy rain, the fact that the front is slowing down gives us a much better chance of rain. There's, again, 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And there's 8 o'clock on Sunday evening, still lingering across our southern counties. So I'll show you one more time. 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, 8 p.m. on Sunday evening, before it finally moves on through. And then we go through next week. There's Tuesday, there's Wednesday, there's Thursday with lots of sunshine, and maybe another front, potentially, the following Friday, which is a couple of weeks out. Now, I'm going to show you the difference here. Again, here's the GFS. Friday morning, Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, Sunday morning, Sunday evening. So you don't see a ton of convection. You don't see a ton of convective activity, but you do see some solid rain coverage. There's the GFS, there's the Euro. GFS, Euro, to quote my cousin Vinny, identical. Very, very similar. So both the GFS and the Euro are bringing rain. The Euro does move it down a little bit more to the south by later on Sunday night into Monday morning. So there's your timing. So the moral of this story, I mean, you're right, Kurt, it won't be enough, but this falls under the category beggars can't be choosers, right? We need the rain. May is traditionally a very dry month with a high fire risk. So at least if we can get something on Sunday to kind of keep us where we are rather than getting worse, that would be a good thing, all right? So that's kind of what we're looking at. Nothing until Saturday night late, Sunday, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Now, the threat of severe weather is not zero, but in my opinion, it's still rather low, at least in a widespread threat. If low pressure develops, that's another story, but the models have been backing off a little bit on that as well. So the way I see it right now, look, we're 5 days out. Yes, I definitely think there's a solid chance of rain, but I mean, if you all know, Floridians 5 hours out can be tricky. So I would say plan on Saturday as your outdoor day, plan on Sunday as a little dicey, and we'll just see how it plays out. And if you want to go to Pepperfest, Saturday is your day. And we'll be back after this 90-second break to talk more about the forecast and the upcoming weekend, Pepperfest. That's coming up in 90 seconds as DPL continues. All right, we are in our break. Y'all head on over. Yes, we do have Saucy Queen in the house, guys. Lisa, washout Sunday, you have a pool party. I am not ready to call it a washout, but Saturday's definitely going to be better of the 2 days. I'm also going to be at the Pasco County Hurricane Expo coming up on Saturday as well. Kennedy Space Center. Hey, Emily, how you doing? Again, rain, potentially. I mean, look, most all of Central Florida is going to be. So is Nicole your wife?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
I see it here. Because I see Woohoo Pepperfest and I see Izzo. And so,
Yes.
so there you go. All right, we are back in 41 seconds. So Nicole's saying hi, Missy. So, all right, so here we go. Rain soaker, or rain and thunderstorms. So I'm thinking less thunderstorm activity right now and more just light to moderate rain coming in at times. I am not ready to call Sunday a washout. Absolutely, I am not. How you doing, Lisa? Good to see you. North Florida, yeah, you're going to get it more in the day, but I do think the heavier rains will actually be more in the afternoon and evening hours. We are back in 3, 2. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. The comment section is hopping tonight. And many of these folks are wanting to talk to Saucy Sis and Saucy Queen and Ezzo. So here's what's going on. So if you haven't been watching over the last few months, if you're watching on the spot, we've had a lot of food fests. We often have a lot of food festivals and a lot of foodies in the spring. And Saucy Queen has been, how many times have you been on, like 3?
I think this
5?
is 5, maybe 4 or 5.
So quite a few. So first of all, Saucy, take it over. First of all, who is your guest, and tell us about what's going on this weekend with Pepperfest.
Sure. So I have Anthony Izzo, a good friend of mine, who started his own spice and seasoning blend. He will be featured this weekend at the Pinellas Pepperfest 19th annual. So we have pepper eating contest. We have the hottest lollipop.
I'm coming over here.
Come on over.
I know the shots for a 2-shot. And Derek, our director's like, oh, God, no, Dennis, what are you doing? All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay.
You got to try this.
So, nice to see you again. And hi to your wife. You said your wife's a fan.
Hi, Nicole.
And there's a cool story here because, so you have the spices here, which I'm guessing it goes on popcorn, but it can go on anything, right?
Chicken, pork, ribs.
Yeah,
So tell us a little story about how this came about.
Sure. So my wife, who everyone sees on the chat, was medically ill for a little while, and she was bedridden. And when she started to feel better, after kind of working and doing everything, kind of caretaking, I asked her to help out around the house a little more. So she started trying to cook and help with the kids, and she can't really cook that well.
And he says it on TV.
So she asked me to put something together that she can put on anything and make it taste good, and that's where Izzo Season was created. It's an all-purpose seasoning that is you can use for anything, cooking, grilling, everything.
And so, what do you sell it online? Do you sell it, or do you sell it like at festivals, or how does that work?
We sell it at festivals like the Pepper Fest, which we will be at this weekend, and then we also do sell it online on our website, which is www.itzozseason.com. And we are in some places locally, but we do the markets mostly. And Pepper Fest, we're super excited about. Come down and get a real deal.
I've been eating this.
Delicious.
It's not overly hot. There's flavor to it.
Right, like layers of flavor.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the fest and about the
Sure. So we
belt.
have an international contest where people from all over the United States, and we even have a vendor coming from Slovenia for this festival, and they have to eat the hottest peppers in the world for about an hour and a half on stage without passing out, without falling off the stage.
Without passing out? Is that a thing?
Oh, it's a thing with these peppers. So for example, these peppers over here, this is Satan's Kiss. That's about 50,000 Scoville units. They will be having peppers up.
You just made that up. What the heck is a Scoville unit?
So a Scoville unit is a way of grading the peppers and their heat level. So this is pretty hot. I at first thought it was like cherry tomatoes.
Yeah,
and then I looked, and no, it is actually a very, very hot natural pepper.
So are those hotter than ghost peppers? And because, I mean, I used to grow peppers in the backyard, and we love them. And it's funny because some of them have more flavor and some of them are just stupid hot.
Well, same thing with jalapenos. I know you've had, one jalapeno, you can eat it like candy.
Yep.
The next one over here, not so much. That's really hot. So it depends on a few different things, like how ripe they are and,
So tell us about the fest itself. And we're a little concerned about the rain on Sunday, but you were also just saying, look, it's Florida. It might not be raining in Pinellas Park.
And it could be raining across the street, but not right at the Pepper Fest. It could also rain for 10 minutes and then that's it. But we're going to focus on some of this really great fun things. We have a jalapeno eating contest. We have live bands. We have the League of Fire that I was telling you about. They will win this beautiful belt, plus they win some cash prize as well. And then on Sunday, if people come out, I have my world's hottest lollipop that I created. It's called the Extreme Lolly, and somebody can win $50 if they finish that hot lollipop on stage.
So
2 o'clock.
So I used to do live shots at Rib Fest back. It was a thing, and there was a guy. This is a great story. There was a guy who had a sauce, right?
Yeah.
And his shtick was he used it back in World War II to keep the troops warm when they were really cold. That was the shtick.
Right.
And I don't think it was true, but you had to sign a waiver. To be able to take it. So are there some peppers that you actually have?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So to do this contest with the League of Fire, they have to sign a waiver. To do the lollipop, they have to sign a waiver as well. But if you just love flavor, that's what Pepper Fest is all about, because we'll have about 100 vendors and you can sample things, some things that are mild, some things that are a little more wild, everything in between, great food trucks. And it's about a pepper community that comes together since it's the 19th annual. There are people who've been doing this every year, and it's a family tradition.
Well, tell you what, so we're going to continue talking. I want to talk a little bit more about the specifics and how folks can get involved, but we got to hit a break, so we'll be back in 90 seconds as Dennis Phillips Live continues. So your wife says it is true I can't cook.
You're safe. You're safe.
So,
she's honest.
Yes.
So when we get back, let's talk about.
Sure.
I mean, are there foods that they buy with the peppers already in them, or are they just like how do you sample the peppers?
Yes,
because I'm a little
that.
confused about that.
For sure.
Or is it just seasonings and then they?
It's mostly just seasoning, sauces, spices, but we do have pepper plant vendors who will be selling those as well.
Barbara says, I've heard the lollipop is brutal.
Oh, it is.
So, I mean, what kind of peppers are?
So the lollipop has Thai peppers, but then it has capsaicin extract.
I didn't know what that is.
It's really hot. It's like a molten.
Anytime you hear the word molten, that
molten.
kind of sums it up.
It's not good. No, it's hot. Yeah, but people love that, extreme heat.
I mean, like I said, the stuff, and it was funny because when we did the Ribfest thing, I would get these guys who are kind of like walking, macho guys, and I'm like, hey, you want to try this? Oh, sure. And they're on the ground.
Right.
I mean, it's just that bad. And what do you, okay, we'll ask questions about this too. Okay, ready? Back in. All right, we've got a lot of comments coming in on this too. So we're talking about these super hot lollipops, and people are saying, no, I'm not going to try it. So my question is, so if you're eating one of these super hot, whatever it is, a pepper, is there something that you can drink that's better than something else? Are you not supposed to drink dairy? What are you supposed to do to cool yourself off?
Yes, so definitely you want milk. Milk, dairy, ice cream, yogurt.
So you do
that
want dairy
will
products.
cool you off.
Okay.
What you don't want is like soda or even water. You need something dairy-based that helps coat your tongue, for sure.
Interesting. So now, okay. So let's talk a little bit more about the Pepperfest itself. So it's a lot of seasonings. I mean, can you actually try fresh peppers too, or because I've never been to a Pepperfest before. I'm curious what we would find.
So we do have a plant vendor who is selling plants that you could buy with extreme, not just jalapeno, not just habanero, names that you've never heard before. They will have those varieties, and then you could buy those plants, taste those, but then we have so many hot sauce vendors, gourmet products, seasonings like Izzo's, all over the festival. You could just taste your way through the festival.
So my suggestion is probably Saturday. Look, hopefully both days are good.
Right.
But right now, and maybe even check later on in the week and see how things are shaping up. But I'm guessing it's a better event, a better experience if it's not raining.
Right.
So Saturday, great day on Saturday. And by the way, Saturday is also Kentucky Derby Day. And someone had just asked me, what's the weather going to be like for Louisville for the Derby? It's going to be beautiful, like 60 degrees and sunny skies for Derby Day. Now, for us, if you happen to be going to Tampa Bay Downs, I think it'll be more like upper 80s, but I still don't think there's going to be any rain. Someone just said avocado is good to cool off.
Absolutely, yes.
That's
interesting. The protein and the oil in it, for sure.
So tell folks where, when, how, websites, all that stuff.
Sure, so it's this weekend, May 2nd and 3rd. We have, maybe a little pre-Cinco de Mayo fun with a little spice at the England Brothers Park from 10 to 5, both days, free to park, free for admission, a whole lot of pepper fun.
Well, Sausage Queen, and as a thank you so much for coming. By the way, we talked about this in the chat when we weren't on TV. Your wife does acknowledge that she's not much of a cook, but but she says she wants to come back because she wants to come into the studio and meet us. So hope Sausage Queen lives in this station.
Yes.
She's here all the time now.
But your viewers love food. They're foodies. They come out to the shows. They say, we saw you on DPL. They are great fans.
Well, Barbara says hi too from Moonlight Macarons.
Oh, good.
She just said hi. So yeah, you got lots of fans out there. So and again, Izzo, thank you very much. Remind folks one more time how they can, where you'll be and how they can get your seasonings.
Yep. So we'll be at the Pepperfest this weekend in Pinellas, and you can also find us online, www.itsizzoseason.com, or the QR code.
Oh, there's the belt. There's the belt and there's the popcorn. And it's really good on popcorn. So, again, thank you very much for coming back, guys.
Thank you.
And good luck this weekend. Let's hope the weather holds out. We need the rain, but, you're hoping that the event has great weather. And, again, Saturday, I guarantee you looks really good. Sunday, we'll just have to see how it plays out. We'll be back with our final segment of Dennis Phillips Live coming up in 90 seconds. There you go. And Lauren says she also needs rule number 7 merch. Or Nicole, rather, your wife.
Oh, yes.
She told me I was on a mission to find a rule number 7 shirt while we were here today somehow.
We have to order them, right?
Well, yeah. We used to make them ourselves, but now we put them off
Right.
I was up till 4 o'clock every morning.
Oh, my goodness.
Packing boxes and shipping stuff out. So we finally got a third-party vendor to do it for us.
Don't tell her we're going to order one, but I make her think I got it here.
Oh, yeah, and she just posted it's izzoseasons.com to order it. So
awesome.
Thank you so
very much, guys.
We
Thank you, Dennis.
appreciate you.
We will see you again.
Absolutely.
When's the next
and
event?
you have a little basket.
Yep.
After this is Watermelon Festival.
Ooh, when
in
is that?
Brooksville.
Oh, in Brooksville?
June 13th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't. I was gonna say everything you've done so far has been Pinellas.
Right.
But this is.
So this is Hernando.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I have one final segment. I'm going to do a quick forecast, and I guess so we're good.
Okay.
So thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
I really appreciate it. Very nice to meet you. Okay. Oh, awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. One more look at the forecast real quick. And back in 3, 2. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. Big thanks to Saucy Queen and Izzo. Just really nice people. And must have cast iron stomachs to handle all those peppers because there's a lot of heat that's coming this weekend at the Pinellas County at the Pepper Fest. So hopefully you get a chance to go on by. All right, so we're getting a lot of questions about the forecast, obviously with the rain on the way. So here's a look at the 7-day. Again, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will be just fine. Sunday, it is going to rain. How much rain? How heavy? The timing? Well, let's look at it one more time here. Let's go ahead and look back at some of the models for you. This is the Euro. And the Euro, the time frame looks to be pretty much, here is Saturday at 2 p.m. Here is Saturday night at 8 p.m. Here's Sunday morning at 2 a.m., Sunday morning at 8 a.m. I mean, right now, and the thing that I want you to look at, that's 8 a.m., that's 2 p.m. It doesn't move that much. So, I mean, it does. It moves out of Hernando and Citrus. But I think based on what we're thinking, we're going to have a solid band of, maybe 4 to 6 hours of some decent rain. Not necessarily severe, not even necessarily heavy rain, but just some steady rain on Sunday. Now, it's 5 days out. And by the way, there's 8 p.m. on Sunday. So we go 8 a.m. Sunday, 2 p.m. Sunday, 8 p.m. Sunday. It moves through. Now, again, if you look at the GFS, here's the GFS 8 a.m. Here's the GFS 8 p.m. So it keeps it around for most of Sunday. So while we may not be looking necessarily at and I'm not going to rule out the risk of some severe weather. If low pressure can develop and get close enough, we might have enough instability for a couple of severe storms. But right now, my thinking is most of Sunday cloudy, all of Sunday cloudy, rain starting in the morning, continuing into the afternoon. We need it. That's a great thing. The threat of significant widespread heavy rains, I think, is still probably rather low. But if we can get an inch or two of rain in the area, that would be a wonderful thing. We'll have a better idea tomorrow. Again, I have jury duty on Thursday. Jason will be in. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here on Friday. The spot, obviously, tomorrow is Game 5 for the Bolts. Let's hope they get a big win over the Canadians. But Jason will be in on Thursday, and I'll be back on Friday for our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. You guys have a great night. All right, so we are clear on TV. All right, and I mean, I was looking at the, you know, if you look at SPC, and it's a little bit too early, I think, to really show anything significant 5 days out. There's obviously a lot of severe weather going on right now across Texas and whatnot. But yeah, they don't go that far out. They just go, I mean, they go to day 3, which I'll show you, which is Friday. But they do days 4 through 8, which is right here. So that's day 4, that's day 5. See, they're not going to show you anything significant this far out because the potential is too low. Now, it may increase as we get closer. So, because I like I said, I've been looking, I mean, there's a lot of hype. Man, what is going on? How is it that every rain event or every storm or everything, it just turns into, we're all going to die? I mean, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. For the life of me, I just don't understand it. It's been going on for a while now, and I mean, I guess it's for clicks or for views, I don't know, but I've said this once and said it a million times. Yeah, maybe once or twice people will get your attention or you'll get people's attention, but if you're consistently wrong with these things, which you will be, if you're going to talk about a widespread severe weather outbreak a week out, at least with this kind of a setup in May, you're eventually going to shoot yourself in the foot. I mean, it's just not going to happen. So anyway, someone had asked me about the event that I'm in on Saturday. I'm at the Pasco County Hurricane Expo, along with several other people as well. That's coming up. I think I'm in a panel discussion on Saturday afternoon at 12:30. So I'll be there on Saturday. Next Saturday, I'll be at the Palm Harbor Hurricane Expo with my buddy Mike Boylan over at Mike's weather page. Barbara's saying Hyde Park 10 to 3, probably a washout. Barbara, I'm not ready to use the term washout yet. I'm just not. I mean, looking at the Euro, looking at the GFS, yeah, definitely some solid rain coverage on Sunday morning from 10 to 3, but I'd give it a couple of days. I think, you know, by Thursday we'll have a much better idea, but I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, Jennifer, so that is what we're doing on Saturday, 12:30. I did see the Phillies fire their coach today, Michael. I did. And I also see that they offered it to the former coach of the Red Sox. At least that was the word, but he was offered it and he turned it down. He got fired earlier in the week. So I guess that's about it, guys. We will be back tomorrow. We will not be on TV tomorrow. We will be on streaming and socials tomorrow. Jason will be in on Thursday. And then I'll be back on Friday. But Game 6 would be on Friday. So there would be no DPL on TV on Friday. So we'll be on live on socials and on streaming and all that stuff too. So again, thank you to Izzo and Saucy Queen for the spices and for the peppers. And again, if you're going this weekend, Saturday, definitely the better of the 2 days. Weather-wise, we'll see how Sunday plays out. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, we will see you tomorrow on our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. You guys have a great night. We'll see you then.